All right, shifting to the news that is coming in at the moment. Veerappa Moily singing a different tune even as the opposition parties have cobbled up to meet the president over the EVM tampering issue. Moily backing EVMs, calling protests defeatist. First, take a listen.
I think there needs to be a very high power committee which has to go into the technicalities of it. And there is no question of getting back to the manual methods, manual voting patterns. Ultimately I will also go by the party views. They may be having their own inputs for that. But going for the manual is not a progressive step. We have to go forward on a technological line. This is a matter which we need to verify.
Veerappa Moily saying no going back to the manual method of voting, and this at a time where Congress has been alleging that there has been tampering of electronic voting machines. Aam Aadmi Party has also joined in the chorus, and there have been other political parties including BSP which has also decided to go and meet the president. My colleague Supriya is joining us on the story. So Supriya, the electronic voting machine as we see it, Congress had taken it up as an issue, calling and accusing that these have been tampered, but an embarrassment coming their way with Veerappa Moily's different approach.
Well, Devina, Veerappa Moily is a former law minister. It was during his tenure that the EVMs were brought in, and that's why he has come out and in a way said that no going back to ballots. It will be a regressive step, and they're saying that there might be some technicalities and some issues which might be involved, and that needs to be understood as far as the use of the EVM is concerned. But however, his party has a different view. We know that today around 2:30 p.m. all the 13 parties led by Congress is going to go to the president, will hand over a memorandum saying that EVMs as well as there is this faulty EVMs reports that are coming in, and at the same time they were asking that the president should interfere and ensure that
Supriya, be with me because let me get the first reaction of the BJP. Shambit Patra joining us. Mr. Patra, your first response to what Veerappa Moily has said, that protests are defeatist and cannot go back to manual ballots.
See, as far as Mr. Veerappa Moily's interview is concerned, naturally almost all the tall leaders of the Congress party are in knowing of the reality within the Congress party. They know that it is the Congress leadership which is to be blamed, and it is not the EVM machine for which the Congress party has failed. So in fact, the tall leaders of the Congress party, despite knowing this fact, were trying their best to protect the misdeeds of Mr. Rahul Gandhi's leadership by creating the excuse of the EVM machine. But one of their tall leaders, Mr. Moily, has come to the forefront and he has broken the firewall that was constructed around Mr. Rahul Gandhi. He has rightly spoken as to how can we think in a regressive way. When you cast aspersions on the EVM machine, which was brought under the Congress government, if you remember, Mr. Veerappa Moily was the law minister. It was verified. It went to the Supreme Court also. The Supreme Court also gave a nod to it. Thereafter, casting aspersion on the EVM machine only extrapolates it to the aspersions on the Election Commission of India, which has an impeccable track record. It casts aspersion on the aspirations of people of India. People of India, after due thought, have rejected the Congress party. But why this selectiveness of Congress? You won the Punjab elections recently. You had won the 2004 and 2009 elections. So the selective approach towards the EVM machine, to say yes when you win and to say no when you lose, only shows that you're trying to protect Rahul Gandhi, and this is not going to solve the purpose.
Interestingly, Shambit, what also Veerappa Moily has said is let there be a committee to look into all the charges for EVM machines. If there's a tampering allegedly done or not, let a committee decide.
See, as far as the EVM machine issue is concerned, the Election Commission has already spoken on it, and I would not like to transgress into the zone of the Election Commission. It's an autonomous body which is known not only within the boundaries of this country, but its impeccable track record is known beyond the boundaries of this country as well. But it shows that there is some kind of churning going on within the Congress party, some disagreeing with the main Congress view also. I think gradually in the days to come, the question mark would be around the leadership of Mr. Rahul Gandhi, the one who has led Congress to the maximum number of defeats.
Shambit, appreciate you joining us. Also getting across to RJD's Manoj Jha, who is joining us. Mr. Jha, Lalu Prasad has been also questioning the electronic voting machines, alleging tampering of these machines. But now Veerappa Moily is saying it's only defeatist attitude to raise questions on the electronic voting machines. Your response?
I'll tell you. Let me state it that at one point of time or the other, almost all political parties which are active and operative in India, they have spoken about it. Our concern is free and fair election. It cannot be simply expressions written in the statute books. It has to be felt, perceived by large number of people, political outfits. Somewhere, something has gone wrong. In fact, what we urge, basically, what is the harm in making sure, because if doubts persist on democratic process, I say democracy loses ultimately. It's not about EVM or no EVM. It's a fact that they are having serious questions. We have seen in pain what has happened in the public base. After that also, I think Veerappa Moily is free to have his opinion. But he simply cannot
be supporting the demand. Will RJD be supporting the demand of the EVM panel to be constituted? Would you be going, would your party would be going and meeting the president as well today?
Tell you, we have already submitted with the Election Commission also. We have said that this nostalgia for EVM has no meaning. This is melodramatic kind of appreciation for EVM doesn't hold ground. If there are doubts, because doubts, if they persist, that's a bad omen for democracy. We want to save the democracy from whatever has to be done, we'll do that.
Mr. Jha, leave it at that because we have Priyanka Chaturvedi who's joining us from the Congress party. Priyanka, Veerappa Moily singing a different tune today morning, saying that EVMs are not to be blamed for any defeat. In fact, the paper ballot method cannot be resorted to. All right, we'll try and connect with Priyanka Chaturvedi in just a bit. But this is political voices coming in. The BJP saying that now Congress is completely exposed after Veerappa Moily, the former law ministers, making the statement of EVMs not to be blamed for the Congress's route as well. Let's take a listen in once again to what Veerappa Moily has said.
I think.
All right, let me go across to Priyanka Chaturvedi, who is joining us this morning. Priyanka, how's Congress looking at Veerappa Moily's statement? All right, I believe you're having some trouble connecting with Priyanka Chaturvedi at the moment, but let's try and see what are the other options that we have for Veerappa Moily, as he has said that the EVMs are not to be questioned. There is no question of going back to manual methods. He said we can have a committee, but remember the Election Commission has already ruled that option out. They have imposed their faith in the electronic voting machines. They have also said that there is no question of tampering of EVMs. It cannot be done. They have said it in those many words. But today, interestingly, you had Congress and 15 other parties who were planning to go to the president and raise demand of alleged EVM tampering. It's also been an issue in the parliament as well. Veerappa Moily, though, in the morning now putting the Congress party in a difficult situation because he said there is no question of going back to paper ballot method. It's a regressive step, in fact.